All right, now welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the program. This here is Patriot Green Med Spiritual Awakening Radio. I'm your host, Bill Bigsby, Patriot, visionary, legendary radio host. Today we're going to be talking all about the secrets of the universe. You know, the things that they don't want you to know. So, let's take our first caller. Caller, you're on the line.
Yes, I was wondering if you could maybe speak a little bit about alternative forms of energy.
All right, yeah, that's a great question. You see, most people don't understand this, but they have been trying to keep us from actually having free energy to be dispersed throughout the world. This is all about just trying to control people. There's usually the Illuminati controlling the oil or natural gas processes, that sort of thing.
But could any of these be used for spiritual healing?
Oh, that's absolutely. Well, let me tell you something. If you, dear listeners, want to really hear a tale about, the true history of where all this free energy comes from, where it was invented, and the types of patriots that are out there trying to heal the world and show us a better way to live, and even potentially annihilate disease remotely for the low cost of $175 a month, well, you just stay tuned. What's going on, everybody? Jeff Holiday here, and welcome to a fantastic new video. I think you're gonna like this one because it's pretty out there. Now, not that long ago, something came across my radar which really piqued my interest. It was called Scalar Energy. And as I started to look into it, it was being promoted by this one wingnut, and it looked like he wasn't really doing too much. It looked like it was just another random guy out there promoting some batshit insanity, and who cares? It's not that big of a deal. But then I started looking into exactly how much damage this guy is potentially doing to people's bank accounts, so I felt compelled to make a video. And first and foremost, we're gonna have to figure out what the hell is scalar energy. Well, according to Tom Palladino over on his YouTube channel with 3.6 thousand subscribers, scalar energy is an energy field. An energy field that basically comes down to radiant energy, a theory posed by Nikola Tesla. But at its core, and even by his own admission, scalar energy is effectively like prana or gnosis or chi. It's a energy field that we don't really quite understand, and we've never actually been able to prove necessarily, although he believes that he's proved it. And it's overall energy healing, right? But it all comes from the radiant energy from Nikola Tesla. Well, let's examine that claim. Now, Nikola Tesla here, he was a brilliant inventor, but one of the worst things to happen, aside from him losing a lot of funding and then not able to continue a lot of his research, is that throughout history now, people have a very strange idea about what he was about and have grossly misinterpreted a lot of his research, and I mean a lot of it. You see, Tesla's cosmic energy claims, they come all the way back from 1933, and that's when he revealed that he discovered a new source of limitless energy. But the problem is, he never actually said what that was, and if he had any kind of secret to a unlimited free energy, the secret died with him. But here's a quote. "I shall not announce the scientific principles of the discovery, nor describe the mechanical means I have devised for creating it out for the present. It is sufficient at this time to say that I have performed experiments and obtained results from which I am able to calculate what the mechanism may be expected to perform. Much, of course, remains to be accomplished, but it is work not necessarily of a creative kind. It can be done by many, and hence development to the point of actual operation may be enormously speeded up." So on the very basic surface of that, it sounds like nothing. There really isn't anything there except that he believes that he's developed it. He believes that his machine actually does perform whatever it is that he thought that it was going to perform, and that other people could do it too, and thus development could be sped up. What that translates to in the mind of a wingnut inventor is, if I find something that sounds kind of compelling and kind of Tesla-y, then I've cracked it. I'm following in the work of Nikola Tesla. no matter how ridiculous that might end up being. For instance, one of these is Radionics, and Radionics machines are rather hilarious. It's all about attuning with this crystal so that you can understand and manipulate an energy field. And people will use Radionics machines for all sorts of shit, from healing to good luck to time travel, things like that. I think this can probably give you a good basis for the level of intellectualism that we're dealing with here. So all of this is based upon largely a supposition that people understand the spirit of what Tesla was talking about, and then developing it into these wild and crazy theories. So let's kind of get an idea of who Tom Palladino is and what he believes this new machine that he's developed can do. Check this out.
All right, I am in my laboratory with my scalar energy instrument. You can see this container, this black box, is a broadcast device. It's a scalar energy broadcast device.
It looks like a shoebox with a bunch of wires glued to it. It looks like a radionics machine, but yeah, go ahead.
And I'm pointing to 2 Tesla coils. These 2 Tesla coils propagate broadcast scalar energy. Now, to demonstrate that we're in a scalar energy environment.
Okay, Tesla coils were used for electricity, not scalar energy, but watch what he does here. This is an old trick. Watch this.
I am holding in my hand a fluorescent light bulb. It's in its factory packaging. And I can take these fluorescent light bulbs and pass them by my scalar energy instrument, and they illuminate.
That's because it's putting out an electrical field. You have a low pressure gas inside of a tube. It reacts naturally to this. You can do this with, if you take a balloon and you rub a bunch of static energy into it, and then you hold it next to like one of the smaller fluorescent lights, you can make it blink on and off. There's nothing exciting about this. That doesn't prove scalar energy. It proves electricity. It proves basic chemistry and physics. Oh my. Let's continue.
So I am demonstrating essentially a scalar energy environment. In this immediate scalar energy environment, we can do incredible things. This is not an electromagnetic environment. This is a scalar energy environment.
What did you just say? No. What you just said is the exact opposite of reality. It proves electrical current. It proves electromagnetism. Nothing about this has like scalar energy in any way. People don't think it be like it be, but it do. No, dude, no.
Fluorescent light bulbs. I pass these fluorescent light bulbs in my scalar energy force field, and I can illuminate these light bulbs.
Force field. Yeah, okay. Do me a favor then, buddy, and how about you take an LED light bulb, or just a traditional light bulb with the filament, and try passing it in your scalar energy field and see if it works. Or does it only work when you have a low pressure gas inside of a very thin tube? Ionization, any of that? No, is it gonna work with LED? I don't think so.
As a local environment in my laboratory, I essentially have access to anybody anywhere in the world. I can take scalar energy and broadcast it to any person in the world.
Fascinating. Okay, so you can send electricity to anywhere in the world? I doubt. Big doubt.
If I were to take my photograph and place it inside this scalar energy instrument, I have an immediate connection between this instrument, this broadcast device, and myself. Now, I could do that for myself, or I could do that for anybody in the world. Hence, I could take a photograph of anybody, anywhere in the world, and broadcast scalar energy to them.
Okay.
It is an instantaneous communication. That is, scalar energy moves at an instantaneous velocity.
Okay, sure. No, you know what? Thrill me.
There is no time delay. Everything in a scalar energy paradigm is in the present moment. Now, what I have discovered with this particular calibration, this instrument in particular, I have many scalar energy instruments, but this instrument has been designed to break apart the disassembled germs.
So your machine is tooled to be able to instantaneously zap and destroy germs and pathogens. Go on.
Staphylococcus aureus. This is a magnified photograph of Staphylococcus aureus. Now, in order for me to eradicate, to break apart and to eradicate Staphylococcus aureus, I literally take a magnified photograph, once again, of the pathogen, and I place it inside my scalar energy instrument right next to my photograph. Now, there is a merging of information, if you will. My body is now being treated for this pathogen, this bacterium, Staphylococcus aureus. And with that information...
You got a lot of staph there in your body, man? Like, I just, you know, weird flex, but okay.
Let's use another example. Hepatitis C virus. This is a magnified photograph of Hepatitis C virus.
I don't know if you know this, buddy, but if you actually stick that in the box, you're kind of saying a little something about yourself. I'm not trying to be mean about this, but it's not a good look.
If I had the viral infection Hepatitis C, all I would have to do to eradicate that pathogen, that virus, is to take a magnified photograph and likewise place it inside my scalar energy instrument.
So what happens if you don't have hepatitis C and you're shooting your scalar energy into your body right now? Does it just not do anything because it's like, no hepatitis C is detected, so we'll just not do something? Just keep going, fuck it.
My instrument will actually scan the photograph of hepatitis C and then broadcast what's considered the reverse phase angle, or the necessary energy to break apart, to bring to a state of chaos, hepatitis C.
So your your machine scans a photo. I don't know how. I'm having some trouble figuring out how exactly it scans anything, but it takes the pathogen, it breaks it down, it flips it and reverses it.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Or something, and then shoots the woo energy beam into your body, and it makes it just turn into chaos and explode. That sounds awful. That sounds terrible. What the shit?
Immunodeficiency virus. And if you had HIV infection, I simply would...
Hold up. Why don't you know how to use a stapler? What is this? How? Call me crazy, and maybe this is just me, but if a guy can't use a stapler, I don't really want him shooting his ray gun into my body to try and destroy pathogens. Like, if you can't even be trusted to use a stapler, then how in the hell are you supposed to be trusted by using the primordial forces of the nature in this free energy field to be able to cure people of dangerous and deadly diseases? It doesn't really instill a whole lot of confidence, dude.
There is a communication between the person and the photograph of the pathogen.
How?
As such, the way I've calibrated this instrument, any pathogen that's introduced into this broadcast device will be broadcast in a reverse phase capacity.
How?
A reverse phase angle serves as the informational input to break apart that germ.
How?
Candida albicans. This is a photograph of the
course.
fungus Candida albicans.
He's so happy just like showing us these photos too. Like
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
When you broadcast that energy into the human body, the instructions, the informational input is for those pathogens then to break apart, to be transmuted.
How? Tom, I don't know how to break this to you, and I don't know if you'll ever actually get this, but a demonstration means that you have to demonstrate something happened, like something actually occurred, something manifested. All you did was babble a bunch of random shit and stick a bunch of photographs in a box. That's it. That's not proof. But here's the thing. Tom Palladino likes to say that he has a lot of proof, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, I really want to address why exactly it is that I'm even making this video. This guy just seems like a harmless weirdo, right? It should be fine. Well, so how this came across my radar was somebody emailed me and asked me to check out this website, 15daytrial.com/prostate.html. Try 15-day trial without obligation, eradicate pathogens, assemble essential nutrients, balance the chakra, remote scalar energy healing. And that's what really led me to this. So 15-day trial without obligation, and on this page, there's just a 15-day trial, 15-day free trial, 15-day free trial. Don't have to give us your credit card information, nothing. Here's what our customers say. This is from Yoda's mom. Yep. Okay. But anyway, so I went and I looked at this, and I couldn't find any pricing information. And in fact, I went to a few other 15daytrial.com/blanks, and it's pretty much the same thing too. It's all for the purpose of marketing. Well, okay, that's kind of weird. So for 15 days, you know, he's gonna put your photograph in the box and try and heal you with this make-believe energy field. But then it gets a little weirder, because as I started discovering, he actually has quite a few websites. Over here, we've got scalarlight.com, testimonials, buy sessions, articles, a little bit of about and Q&A, and then he also has selfhealgo.com. And this is more specifically about Tom Palladino himself. Now, what's kind of spooky is when you start watching some of his interviews, he'll reference that he's got testimonials and verified results from some of these other websites, but he owns these websites, and that's where it gets a little sketchy. And also, one of the things that really put up a big red flag for me was, at first, I had some trouble finding out how much his pricing was, because the ones that were getting thrown out there, the 15daytrial.com websites, were not actually talking about how much the actual cost would be. But I did find it, and I'm going to show it to you. You see, over on scalarlight.com, your standard scalar session, this is a 30-day treatment, 1-month treatment, is $175. Oh yeah, $175 for 30 sessions, a session a day for 30 days. What a deal. And what's really fascinating too is one of his marketing techniques is to be like, well, this costs less than a Starbucks latte a day. That's not cheap. That's expensive. Who the hell is spending $175 a month on Starbucks? Are you for real? But you see, it's not actually just standard scalar. He's also got addiction chemical cleanse, endorphin neurotransmitter, fat metabolism therapy, female hormone therapy, male hormone therapy, natural foods therapy. This guy is fully under the belief that by using his Radionics machine, his woo-woo, I don't understand what Tesla was about, and I can manipulate things on a molecular level with photographs and Tesla coils, can not only blast apart pathogens and disease, but he can actually beam nutrients and hormones into your body. All for the low price of $175 a month. Spooky. But even then, like, that necessarily wouldn't compel me to make a video on this. Not really, because, I mean, who the hell is actually gonna pay for this? Really? 175 bucks a month for that kind of crap? I bet he doesn't really sell a whole lot of sessions. Well, then I watched an interview that he did on a podcast, the PodAwful podcast, and we're gonna watch some select excerpts from that, and then you'll understand why I was so pissed when I found this all out.
Tom Palladino on the line. Tom Palladino, scalarenergy.com is the website. Tom, how you doing?
I'm very well. Good evening.
And thank you for being on the show, Tom. Now, Tom, has anybody, I mean, is this something that needs to be FDA approved? Is this something that, you know, that you can prove is working? How do you prove the results of what you do?
I prove the results by two methods. By the before and after results, if people feel better after I treat them, which invariably they do.
And that's a very common claim, that his evidence is testimonials of people being like, well, I did get tested and the thing is now gone, and that is proof enough for Tom Palladino, demonstrating how he doesn't really understand the scientific process. But keep watching.
Well, without exception, I've treated every American on U.S. soil who's been infected and quarantined for the Ebola infection. And frankly, you've seen all of those people walk out of a hospital.
prove it. Just prove it. Prove any of it. Please, by all means, prove it. This guy is claiming he cured every single case of Ebola in the United States. How would he do that anyway unless he had all of their photographs?
Look at this.
Ebola.
How many patients would you say you treat a year?
I would say on any given day, I'm treating at least 6,000 to 7,000 people a day.
A day?
It's a lot of work.
In a day, it's a lot of work. Sure it is.
That's right. 6,000 people a day. Keep that in mind. Let's hear a little bit more.
I've devoted my life to this. Ultimately, I would like to be able to treat 100,000 people a day.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
How does one man single-handedly treat 6,000 to 7,000 people a day? That's like Santa Claus in a night.
I receive their photographs, and
Right.
over the course of a month or so, I usually treat people for 30 days. Over the course of a month, I can easily amass 6,000 to 7,000 photographs of people.
And they need to send you their photographs.
Remember, everything I do is by way of a photograph.
Yes.
And that's all I need in order to broadcast this energy to somebody. Just like two cell phones speaking to one another, there is no wire connecting the two cell phones. It is a wireless transmission of energy.
Okay, let's stop there. Okay, so let's break this down. You got a guy who's using an unproven technology, and we'll see in just a minute that his proof is complete bullshit. An unproven technology for an unproven energy field that nobody's ever been able to see or detect or understand, which comes from any number of different words and religious backgrounds. Then you send him $175 and a photograph. And then you're trusting, because he doesn't prove that he's doing any of this, you're trusting that he's then taking that picture and a picture of something that you believe that you are suffering from and puts it in a box. Maybe he says a prayer over it or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. But the thing is, there's no proof of it. There's absolutely no evidence that he does any of it. He might just take your photo and throw it out the door. There's nothing there. But even more so, let's think about this. 6,000 people a day. Well, he treats his patients for 30 days a month. So 6,000 patients a month, effectively. At $175 a pop for treatment, that's $1,050,000. Now, do I think he actually has that many patients? Do I think that he actually does treat that many people every day? No. He probably overinflates it, absolutely. But that's just to really show you the potential of how much this dude could be ripping people off, with no evidence that he's actually doing a goddamn thing. Now, by comparison, over at patreon.com/JeffHoliday, if you put money into it, you actually do get something. Produced videos that I make, or extra shit on top of that. Like, this is why this drives me so crazy, why these grifts are so mind-numbing to me. People are literally paying over $100 for nothing, for the illusion, the belief that something is happening to them. So I tell you what, from starting from this point forward, anybody who donates to my Patreon, I will personally send you good vibes every day. You'll get the same amount that you get from Tom Palladino, and even for as little as $1, and you get to watch my videos for free. That's a better fucking deal, man. But seriously though, this is just so maddening. It's so maddening. And I can't tell people where to spend their money. I can't. And if somebody wants to throw tons of money into somebody like this, basically what you're trying to pay for is faith healing. Go to a church. Go somewhere where somebody's actually going to perform a service for you. This is just bullshit. It's just wingnuttery that has no evidence for it. And last but not least, let's really take a look at his evidence. So over at selfheal.com/lab-experiments, we've got lab experiments posted on July 24th of 2015. Lab experiments on Wednesday, July 22nd were conducted that served to prove that the Scalar energy pathogen cleanse disassembles and subsequently destroys microorganisms at a distance by way of a photograph. An independent out-of-state laboratory submitted magnified photographs of various species of living protozoan to me to be treated by the way of scalar energy treatment. The lab experiments were video recorded in order to substantiate the efficacy of the scalar energy pathogenic cleanse to disassemble and destroy pathogens. And so in this claim, he's saying that he was basically sent some photos of protozoan that they had live in this laboratory. He doesn't name which laboratory, so we can't call and find out. And that when he used his Scalar machine, they reported that it was destroyed and that this is evidence. Well, the problem is, the closest thing you have to the evidence are these still images, photo submitted to Scalar instrument. What is that? What is that even supposed to be? And then if you keep clicking through, okay, Volvox disassembled via pathogenic cleanse. Prove it. It says, he says that there is video of these things being destroyed, but he doesn't show it. There's no video evidence of this actually happening. Instead, the only thing that actually seems to have any video evidence is this. It's when the scalar energy was turned on, it forced these lights to flicker. How exactly is that evidence? How exactly is any of that supposed to be convincing? I hate when anybody gets taken advantage of, and that's one of the reasons why I do the videos that I do. It drives me absolutely crazy. But the thing is, too, I have to accept the fact that anybody who's dumb enough to fall for this kind of a thing could probably fall for a lot of other really bad things. The only thing I can do is hopefully show and share with you how completely bogus this is, how there is nothing behind it. There's no weight, there's no credence, no nothing. And so that hopefully if you find one of your friends being like, well, I'm gonna go get healed for my herpes with the scalar energy, that maybe you could talk them out of it. Because I don't think that they're gonna watch my video objectively. They'll just be like, oh, he's a hater. He's part of the Shaluminati who's trying to suppress alternative treatments. Well, you know what? No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm into energy healing as well. I am, absolutely, 100%. You see, if you go over to tpublic/holiday, you can get the Jeff Holiday Reprogram My Fungus shirt. Each one, I guarantee, is blessed by me, psychoactively across the scalar energy field. You see, I could do it too, but I don't need a machine. I could do it with my mind. Anyway, enough goofing off. I just found this funny. I thought it was hilarious. And the concept that this dude could have a shoebox with a bunch of machines and he puts pictures in it and he could possibly be making $1 million a month off of people's gullibility just blew my mind. And I hope you find it as funny as I do, because that's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope that you are well. I hope your family is well. And from mine to yours, have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.